always believed that people in this world were kind and helpful. Naive, some might say. But that belief was shattered one fateful night when I discovered the chilling truth behind the dangers of hitchhiking alone. It was a moonless night, and the sound of my footsteps echoed through the desolate road as I walked, hoping to hitch a ride to the next town. The darkness seemed to swallow me whole, my heart pounding with a mix of excitement and fear. I had heard countless stories of misadventure, but I always dismissed them as mere cautionary tales. Little did I know that those stories carried a terrifying hint of truth. As I stood at the side of the road, a car approached, and my heart leaped with hope. The driver, a middle-aged man with a friendly smile, rolled down his window and asked where I was headed. Eagerly, I told him, grateful for his apparent kindness. He nodded, inviting me to hop in. The interior of the car was dimly lit, the air heavy with an inexplicable sense of unease. Chatting casually, the driver's questions became increasingly invasive, bordering on the uncomfortable. Alarm bells started to ring in my head, but I ignored them, convincing myself that I was merely being paranoid. Then his intentions became frighteningly clear. The car veered off suddenly into a desolate area, away from civilization. Panic surged through my veins as I realized the horrifying truth. This was not an innocent act of kindness. My mind raced, desperately searching for an escape plan. Summoning the courage within me, I feigned gratitude and asked the driver to pull over, claiming I needed to relieve myself. Momentarily caught off guard, he obliged. As I stepped out of the car, I sprinted into the woods as fast as my trembling legs could carry me. I prayed silently, hoping that my naive trust hadn't cost me my life. Hours passed, and I stumbled upon a small cabin hidden within the thick trees. Exhausted and desperate for shelter, I hesitantly knocked on the door. To my relief, an elderly woman greeted me with a kind smile and opened the door, inviting me in. She listened as I recounted my harrowing experience, her eyes filled with empathy. The woman, named Clara, reassured me that not everyone in this world was twisted and sadistic. She shared stories of other hitchhikers who weren't as fortunate as I had been, whose trust had propelled them into a world of darkness from which they never returned. Her tales sent shivers down my spine as I came face to face with the inescapable truth. With nowhere else to go, I found solace within Clara's small cabin, vowing to myself never to hitchhike again. Over time, I learned of her own tragic past, a daughter who had fallen victim to the very dangers I had narrowly escaped. Clara's kindness and helpfulness towards me came from a place of compassion, fueled by the pain and loss she had endured. Haunted by my experience, I marveled at the irony of my naivety. I had once believed that cautionary tales were nothing more than fiction, but now I understood the devastating consequences of trusting strangers. The world was a sinister place, filled with unspeakable horrors lurking beneath masks of kindness. My story serves as a chilling reminder to those who, like me, were once ignorant of the danger. Never again will I find myself thumbing a ride from an unknown driver, for I now know the perils that lie beneath the surface of an innocent-looking smile.